Ford builds some of the toughest, most capable vehicles on the road. The F-150 has been the best-selling truck in America for over 40 consecutive years. The Mustang is an icon. The Bronco has turned an entire generation of drivers into off-road enthusiasts. These are machines with real capability, real durability, and a loyal following that is unlike almost anything else in the automotive world. But here is the thing about Ford engines, and this applies whether you are driving an EcoBoost 4-cylinder, a naturally aspirated V8, or a diesel Power Stroke. They are not indestructible. They are precisely engineered machines that depend on a specific maintenance rhythm to deliver the reliability and longevity Ford designed them for. When that rhythm gets disrupted, the consequences are not always immediate. The damage builds quietly, invisibly, over months and miles, until one day something fails in a way that costs you far more than any maintenance appointment ever would have. Today we are covering 5 maintenance mistakes that Ford owners make, some out of ignorance, some out of convenience, and some because bad advice spread through the internet and became accepted wisdom before anyone checked whether it was actually true. These are not obscure edge cases. These are patterns that shop technicians see repeatedly on Fords of every age and every model line. If you own a Ford, this video could save your engine. Let us get into it. Mistake 1. Ignoring the EcoBoost's oil change interval and using the wrong oil. Ford's EcoBoost engine family has been one of the most significant engineering stories in the automotive industry over the past 15 years. The idea of extracting V8 power from a turbocharged 4- or 6-cylinder engine while delivering meaningfully better fuel economy was ambitious, and Ford largely delivered on it. The EcoBoost lineup powers everything from the F-150 to the Mustang to the Explorer, and millions of these engines are on the road right now. But the EcoBoost's performance comes with a maintenance requirement that many owners consistently underestimate, and that underestimation is quietly destroying engines across the country. Turbochargers operate at extreme temperatures. When you push a small displacement engine to produce the kind of power that Ford's EcoBoost numbers represent, you are creating intense heat inside the engine, and particularly around the turbocharger itself. Oil is the only thing standing between those moving metal surfaces and catastrophic friction. Fresh, clean, properly viscosity-rated oil flows freely, lubricates effectively, and carries heat away from critical components. Old, degraded, contaminated oil does none of those things well. The mistake EcoBoost owners make, and it is an extremely common one, is treating their turbocharged engine like the naturally aspirated engines they may have owned previously. They stretch oil change intervals to 7, 8, or even 10,000 miles. They use conventional oil because it is cheaper, or they use whatever the quick lube shop had in stock without checking whether it matches Ford's specification. Ford specifies full synthetic oil for EcoBoost engines, and the viscosity rating matters. Using the wrong weight creates a lubrication mismatch that puts additional stress on engine components with every single startup. The turbocharger is the most vulnerable component in this equation. When a hot engine is shut down, oil circulation stops, but the turbocharger continues to spin on residual momentum, while temperatures inside the housing are still extreme. Clean synthetic oil handles this coking risk far better than conventional or degraded oil. Skip enough oil changes or use the wrong product often enough, and you will eventually hear a sound from your turbocharger that means your next conversation will be with a shop about a 4-digit repair bill. Change your oil on schedule, use the grade Ford specifies, and never let anyone talk you into conventional oil in an EcoBoost engine. This single habit is the difference between an engine that lasts 200,000 miles and one that gives up long before it should. Mistake 2. Neglecting the cooling system until it fails. Ford engines, particularly the V8 variants in the F-150, Mustang GT, and the various truck applications, run hot by design. They are making serious power. They are often working hard, towing, hauling, sitting in traffic with the air conditioning running. And the cooling system is doing relentless work in the background to keep everything at the temperature Ford's engineers intended. The mistake most Ford owners make with their cooling system is a simple one. They do nothing until something goes wrong. They never check the coolant level. They never look at the color of the fluid in the overflow reservoir. They never flush and replace the coolant on the schedule Ford recommends. And they certainly never inspect the hoses, the thermostat, or the radiator cap until one of those components fails at the worst possible moment. Coolant degrades over time. The corrosion inhibitors that protect your engine's aluminum components, your water pump, your radiator, and your heater core from internal rust and erosion have a finite lifespan. Once those inhibitors are depleted, the coolant becomes acidic, and it starts attacking the very components it is supposed to protect. Aluminum engine blocks and cylinder heads are particularly vulnerable to this kind of internal corrosion, and the damage happens invisibly. You cannot see it from the outside, you cannot hear it, and by the time it causes a problem, the cost of repair is serious. Ford specifies coolant flush intervals that vary by model and year, but the general principle is the same across the lineup. The cooling system needs fresh fluid on a schedule, not just a top-off when the level drops. A low coolant level, by the way, is itself a warning sign that something is wrong, not a normal condition that you address by pouring in more fluid and moving on. If your coolant level is dropping, find out why before you add more. The most catastrophic version of cooling system neglect is an overheating event. When a Ford engine overheats severely, and this can happen fast if a hose fails or the thermostat sticks, the head gasket is the first thing to suffer. A blown head gasket on a modern Ford V8 is not a minor repair. It is a labor-intensive, expensive job that often reveals additional damage to the cylinder head itself. The entire cost of that repair, multiplied many times over, could have been avoided by a coolant flush that costs a fraction of that amount. Check your coolant, replace it on schedule, respect the cooling system, and it will respect your engine. Mistake 3. Using the wrong fuel in an EcoBoost or ignoring carbon buildup. This mistake has two related dimensions, and both of them trace back to the same fundamental aspect of how Ford's turbocharged direct injection engines work. The first dimension is fuel grade. Ford's high-output EcoBoost engines, the 2.7-liter and 3.5-liter variants in particular, are engineered with compression ratios and boost levels that genuinely benefit from higher octane fuel. Ford's recommendation in many of these applications is to use premium fuel for maximum performance and engine protection, though they will note that the engine can adapt to regular. What that adaptation actually means is that the engine's knock sensors detect the lower octane fuel and retard the ignition timing to prevent detonation. And in doing so, they sacrifice power, increase heat, and put additional strain on engine components over time. Owners who consistently use regular fuel in a premium recommended EcoBoost are not saving money. They are trading long-term engine health for short-term fuel savings. The second dimension is carbon buildup. And this is where direct injection engines, which describes virtually every modern Ford EcoBoost, have a fundamental design challenge. In older port-injected engines, fuel was sprayed behind the intake valve, and the detergents in that fuel continuously cleaned the back of the valve as it passed. In a direct injection engine, fuel is sprayed directly into the combustion chamber, which means the intake valves never get that cleaning pass. Over time, oily carbon deposits build up on the backs of the intake valves, restricting airflow, disrupting the fuel-air mixture, and causing misfires, rough idling, and lost power. This is not a defect. It is a known characteristic of direct injection technology, and it affects Ford EcoBoost engines across the lineup. The solution is periodic intake valve cleaning, which involves removing the intake manifold and using walnut shell blasting or chemical cleaning to remove the carbon deposits. It is a service that many quick lube shops do not offer, and that many Ford owners have never heard of, which is exactly why a significant number of EcoBoost engines develop carbon buildup problems that get misdiagnosed as something far more serious and expensive. If you own an EcoBoost with significant mileage and you have never had the intake valves inspected or cleaned, it is worth having a qualified technician take a look. Catching carbon buildup early is a manageable maintenance task. Letting it progress until it causes misfires and performance problems is a more expensive conversation. Mistake 4. Skipping transmission service and assuming it is sealed for life. Ford uses a variety of automatic transmissions across its lineup. The 10-speed automatic that pairs with the EcoBoost and V8 engines in the F-150 and Mustang, the 6-speed units in older models, and various other configurations depending on application. These are sophisticated, capable transmissions that handle enormous power, and in truck applications, serious towing loads. The maintenance mistake that destroys Ford transmissions at a stunning rate is one that the industry itself contributed to: the myth of the sealed-for-life transmission. In the late 90s and through the 2000s, automakers, including Ford, began labeling certain transmission fluid as lifetime fill. meaning it never needed to be changed. This claim was made under laboratory conditions that bore very little resemblance to how people actually drive. Transmission fluid degrades. It absorbs moisture, it oxidizes under heat, and the friction modifiers that allow the clutch packs and bands inside the transmission to engage smoothly break down over time. When those friction modifiers are depleted, the transmission shifts harder, the clutch packs wear faster, and the internal components run in fluid that is no longer providing adequate protection. This is not a slow process. At high mileage and under towing or performance driving conditions, transmission fluid degrades considerably faster than most owners expect. Ford has updated its own guidance on this over the years, and many Ford technicians now recommend transmission fluid changes every 40 to 60,000 miles for vehicles used in normal conditions, and more frequently for trucks that tow or haul regularly. The 10-speed automatic in particular, which is a complex, tightly toleranced unit, benefits enormously from fresh fluid, and owners who have followed a fluid change schedule report significantly smoother operation and fewer shift quality complaints than those who have let the fluid go unchanged. A transmission service is one of the most cost-effective maintenance items you can do on any Ford. The fluid and labor cost a fraction of what a transmission rebuild or replacement costs, and the difference in long-term reliability is dramatic. Do not let the sealed-for-life myth cost you a transmission. Mistake 5. Ignoring Ford's specific spark plug replacement schedule. Spark plugs are one of those maintenance items that most drivers know exist, but consistently push to the back of the priority list. They are out of sight, the car seems to be running fine, and the labor involved in replacing them feels like an unnecessary expense when nothing is obviously wrong. This logic leads to one of the most consistently damaging maintenance mistakes in Ford's entire vehicle lineup. And it has been expensive enough for enough owners that it deserves its own conversation. Ford's 3-valve modular V8 engines, the 5.4-liter Triton that powered F-150 trucks, Expeditions, and Mustang GTs for years, have a notorious spark plug, ejection, and breakage problem that became one of the most discussed mechanical issues in Ford's modern history. The design of the spark plug bore in the aluminum cylinder head left insufficient thread engagement, which meant that plugs run too long could seize in the head, and attempts to remove them would break them, leaving a chunk of spark plug embedded in the cylinder head, requiring specialized extraction tools and significant labor time. Repair bills for a broken spark plug in a Ford modular V8 could run into hundreds of dollars per cylinder in severe cases. The lesson from that history carries forward into every Ford engine on the road today. Modern Ford engines specify spark plug replacement intervals that are longer than the old conventional wisdom, 60, 80, or even 100,000 miles in some cases, but those intervals assume you are actually following them. Plugs run significantly beyond their service life develop electrode wear that degrades combustion efficiency, causes misfires, increases fuel consumption, and puts additional load on the ignition coils. When an ignition coil works harder to fire a worn plug, it fails sooner. And a failed coil is a misfire that, if ignored, can damage the catalytic converter, turning a simple plug replacement into a far more expensive chain of failures. On EcoBoost engines, the stakes are higher still. A misfiring cylinder in a turbocharged engine allows unburned fuel into the exhaust stream, which overheats the turbocharger and the catalytic converter simultaneously. What started as a worn spark plug becomes a turbocharger and catalytic converter replacement if it is ignored long enough. Check your owner's manual for Ford's recommended plug replacement interval for your specific engine. Mark it on your calendar. Do not wait until you feel the misfire. By then, the cheap maintenance has already become an expensive repair. The bottom line: Ford engines are genuinely capable pieces of engineering. The EcoBoost family, the Coyote 5.8, the Power Stroke diesel, these are engines that have earned their reputations through real-world performance under demanding conditions. But every one of them has specific maintenance requirements, and the cost of ignoring those requirements is not theoretical. It shows up in repair invoices, in shop labor hours, and in engines that give up tens of thousands of miles before they should have. The 5 mistakes in this video are not rare. They are the patterns that Ford technicians see on a daily basis. Engines damaged by the wrong oil, cooling systems neglected until they fail, carbon-choked EcoBoost intakes, worn-out transmission fluid, and spark plugs left in too long until they become a problem that no owner ever anticipated. The difference between an F-150 that goes 300,000 miles and one that needs a major engine repair at 150,000 is almost never about the engine itself. It is almost always about what the owner did. or did not do. In between, maintenance is not a cost. It is an investment in the machine you already paid for. Stay on schedule, use the right fluids, and treat your Ford the way it was designed to be treated. Do that, and it will give you exactly the reliability and longevity the reputation promises. If this video helped you, share it with a Ford owner who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more real-world content like this, and I will see you in the next one.